The best news of all is that feeling more regenerative emotions is attainable for each and every one of us. Let's shift from left to right on your inner weather report now, using the attitude breathing technique. Attitudes can create bundles of emotions. They can generate emotional undercurrents or background noise that affect our mood swings, the way we feel overall, and our relationships. The attitude breathing technique helps us instate replacement attitudes that are more effective and save energy. The first step is to observe what you are feeling. What emotional patterns and attitudes have you been experiencing today? Perhaps you've been feeling a little frustrated, or perhaps anxious, or maybe a little down on yourself or on life. Whatever you've been feeling, it's okay. It's just time now to make a shift.
Hi, I'm Deborah Brosman, and I'll lead you through the attitude breathing technique now. First, just recognize the feeling or attitude you want to change. What would you rather feel? Then choose an attitude or feeling you'd like to replace it with. Here are some examples. Maybe if you've been feeling stressed, you'd rather feel calm. If you've been feeling overloaded, you want to replace it with a feeling of ease. Or if you've been feeling judgmental, how about replacing it with kindness or compassion? You can now choose an attitude to replace the one you identified, or be open to a new replacement attitude from your intuition. Next, focus your attention in the area of the heart. And imagine your breath is flowing in and out of your heart or chest area, breathing a little slower and deeper than usual. Just find an easy rhythm that's comfortable. As you continue heart-focused breathing, practice breathing in and increasing the feeling of your new replacement attitude. Just stay with it until you start to feel the shift. Now practice maintaining your new attitude and perceptions as you move through your day-to-day interactions. Use attitude breathing on the go and to reset your replacement attitude if it starts to fade. Here are the attitude breathing quick steps. Recognize the feeling or attitude you want to change. Breathe in a replacement attitude or feeling. Practice maintaining your new attitude and composure.
Attitude breathing helps open the heart so that our intuitive heart intelligence can provide insight that allows a bigger picture to emerge in our perceptions and facilitates mental and emotional healing. As you practice maintaining your new attitudes and perceptions, as you move through your day-to-day interactions, eventually your heart-brain communication pathway will help you release negative emotional patterns stored in your amygdala and new perceptions that help free you from draining emotional memories. You begin to uncover a new you.
So it's pretty simple, but I think the trickiest part of this whole technique is slowing down and acknowledging what you're feeling. Most of us don't do that enough, but when we do, there's great benefit in seeing how we are functioning within the context of our day, a week, a month, or whatever.
When I had post-traumatic stress and I first started using Heartmath, there were times I had to do the tools every 2 minutes because my nervous system had a baseline of trauma and hypervigilance. But once I learned attitude breathing, if you think about attitudes, if emotions are a flow of energy like a river, each time I use a Heartmath tool, I might be taking one bucket of the river and putting it in another direction. But when I change an attitude, that's like rerouting the river banks. It changes the entire emotional flow. So this morning, for example, I was working with just an attitude that life itself is a gift. And breathing that attitude as I'm preparing right now for a major surgery, it changed my attitude of fear and apprehension moving into this big life event into what a gift the surgery itself is and how that's going to improve my quality of life. I didn't have to micromanage every little emotion in talking to all the surgeons today. I could instead just change an attitude and the emotions automatically followed it. So it's a very efficient move to change an attitude.
Heartmath allows kids a choice point. It gives them an opportunity once they're aware that they don't have to run the mill through anxiety and through fear and through always needing to worry about what's coming next in their next activity or their next homework assignment, that it gives them an opportunity to stop and make a choice. And coming to their heart gives them a focus rather than focusing on whatever else they need to worry about. They can come to their heart, and it's a safe place, and it's a place where they can connect with more positive emotions that they can use to break the cycle of the anxiety and the stress from their environments, and gives them an opportunity to input a different emotion that then sets their physiology into a totally different trajectory.
I think that the Heartmath tools really help the individual to use these things in the moments of duress, which is when we want those. And so much of life, what I see is that we lose our power all the time. And I think that tools like Heartmath help to re-establish that connection with what you know is true. Creates the opportunity for you to create a new awareness of what you're doing in the moment. And are you really in the moment? And recognizing that you're in the moment also helps you to recognize that you're out of it. So can you come back to the conversation? Can you come back to the internal conversation?
The huge difference that Heartmath has brought to me in my profession is that I'm able to use these tools in real time. That is the magic of these tools. So eyes open, I can really be in a beautiful heart space with my patient. And if I'm being challenged, if I'm starting to go into the effects of stress, I can actually bring myself back and by focusing my attention on my heart and think much more clearly and communicate much more effectively with them. So it's really shifted how I practice and how I communicate. So with these tools, you can elegantly navigate away from states that you are less favorable, like depleting emotions, to more rejuvenating, renewing emotions, and to think more clearly and just be a better person that we all want to be.
We actually clear the slate and we come back to a neutral balance, and that gives us more choice in the moment, gives us a pause to be able to say, okay, what do I want to do now? What is the best action or perception for this situation? And having that ability to take charge and pause in the moment and pause our physiological reaction really saves a tremendous amount of energy.
At the beginning, it may seem hard or discouraging. Yet with practice, you can learn to recognize your heart's intuition. Our heart is wise, and it speaks to us in numerous ways. If you can build the habit of practicing techniques like attitude breathing or quick coherence whenever you start to feel stress, you will gain immediate benefits. If you commit to practicing these techniques at least once a day for the next 6 weeks, you will build resilience and have more resources to face the challenges of our everyday life. and enjoy a richer and more nurturing experience. 6 weeks is the time that it often takes to anchor in a new habit, to create a baseline shift in your emotional responses to life, a new neural pattern. So it's worth committing to a simple practice that doesn't take much time, but is very effective.